I got a lot of questions asking if I can recreate this eyeshadow look, so let's do it. My most important tip that I can recommend for eyeshadows is always prime your eyelids. No matter what you use, whatever your favorite product is totally fine, just don't forget to prime them. We are going to start with this matte color called Cupcake, and using our eyeshadow brush, we are going to brush it back and forth above our crease bone. Moving to this warm brown color called Bubba, we are going to sweep this in our crease bone and just slightly above. Notice I am blending back and forth in a windshield wiper motion. Now this side is my hooded eye, so I like to do this with my eyes open just so that I can keep them level. But we also are going in the same area with this eyeshadow brush, circle motions, swiping back and forth. Sticking with the eyeshadow brush, but we're going to use the smaller dense end and still the color Bubba. We are going to pack that into the outer corner of our eye. Now here is where we want to have depth and density. So I'm going to tap that in a couple times until I have the color that I want and the deepness that I want. I'm also going to use the residue to go underneath my lash line to be able to create that start of an eyeliner look underneath my lashes. Again, pressing that Bubba color into the outer corners of my eye and sweeping underneath. Using my finger, I'm going to use Bright Eyes, and I'm going to press onto my lid into the inner corners. Notice this eye, with being my hooded eye, I have to bring my shimmer color farther up into my crease. Otherwise, you will not be able to see it as much as you do on my non-hooded eye. Switching to the color Drift, we're going to press that on the inner corners of each side of our eyes and meeting with that Bright Eyes. Then we're going to take the small end of our brush and we are going to highlight our brow bone area with that Drift color, sweeping back and forth under each arch with that Drift and the smaller end of that brush. This is really going to highlight our arch of our brows that we spend so much time and money on perfecting. Switching back to that brush, I'm going to take the Bright Eyes and sweep underneath my eyes. Now notice I started with my eyeshadow today. If I have any fallout, I like to be able to clean it up before I move on to the rest of my face. And I'm using that Bright Eyes underneath as another lash liner. Moving to the color Salem with the small end of our brush, I'm going to just sweep along my lash line with that black color. Now with the black, you want to start nice and light and build as you go. It's one of those colors that if you start too dense, it's going to be a lot harder to erase. So start very little and then use the fluffy end of the eyeshadow brush and start buffing out that harshness of the black, sweeping it into the crease of your eyes. And you can always add more to get the depth that you want, but use the fluffy end after you have deposited the amount that you want. I'm also going to take that fluffy end and sweep underneath my lash line with that Salem color as well, so that it helps deepen my eyeliner look. I'm going to use the small end with the Salem just underneath my lash line a little bit more, just like I said, to give it a little bit more of an eyeliner look, because today I actually am going to use some eyeliner. And then just soften that with the fluffy end of that brush, just sweeping back and forth. You really can't buff this out enough to get that look that you desire to soften it. Switching back to that Bright Eyes, I like to put a little bit more just above my pupil, just to really brighten the center of my eyes. And then I'm going to switch to an eyeliner. I have this CoverGirl eyeliner. You can use the Black Friday eyeliner or whichever black you have, just to go across my lash line, because today I actually added false lashes to this look. Add your lashes and your Seint 3D makeup. Adjust the eyeshadows with your lashes if needed. And there you go, the most gorgeous date night look.